Well, a rare daytime fireball lit up the skies in the US Southeast on Thursday. Residents across several states reported seeing this phenomenon, which experts believe may have been caused by a meteor. CNN's Alison Chinchal with more.
Around lunchtime Thursday, just behind me here in Atlanta, a fireball lit up the skyline, not just in Georgia, but also nearby states such as South Carolina, North Carolina, and even Tennessee. Now, this fireball is an exceptionally bright meteor, so bright that it could be seen even during the daylight hours, thanks in part due to clear blue skies in every single one of those states. Now, a fireball specifically can be seen over a widespread area. That's why you saw so many states sending in reports. And those reports initially, even right after it happened, the American Meteor Society had more than 100 reports of the fireball. In addition to that, there were also reports of a sonic boom, which, yes, can be generated by a fireball.
I want to go off script because what is this? I've been told we are looking at dashcam footage of some kind of fireball that was seen by people in multiple states, including South Carolina, Florida, and Alabama. And in Georgia, there were reports of a piece of debris striking a home where it smashed through the roof, the ceiling, before it cracked the floor inside. The American Meteor Society received more than 150 reports about it. Mike Hankey is operations manager there. He joins us now. Thanks for being with us this morning, Mike.
Hi, thank you.
So I learned that this fireball, I was today years old when I learned this fireball, is called a bolide. What is that? Did I pronounce it correctly? And what happened that would allow all of us to see it?
So a bolide is a very special class of meteor. Very small percentage of meteors are actually a bolide, but it's a type of meteor that's large enough that it will break apart and blow up in the sky, and then fragments from it oftentimes will fall to the earth. And this is one of those times. It was a little piece of an asteroid that, left the asteroid belt either through some push up from Jupiter, or maybe another asteroid bumped into it, but it, journeyed towards Earth, collided with us, and we see this light in the sky whenever anything enters the atmosphere, because there's tons of friction, the object's moving very fast, it compresses the air in front of it, that air heats up, glows, and puts heat and pressure on that object, and the object will either disappear, be evaporated, or it will melt, and some of it will be left and make it to the ground.
NASA actually has some data on these going back to around 1988. Are they considered rare?
Meteors have been, and bolides have been hitting the Earth as long as the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs were wiped out by a giant bolide, an asteroid over, a mile wide. The report that you just showed and the DoD's network of events is actually a very small percentage of the overall meteors and bolides that hit the Earth. They'll only list ones that are over a meter wide. But you could get meteorites, in a nice show from something as big as a softball or even a baseball could produce a bolide.
I understand that meteorite hunters are on the way en route, you said, to find out more. I don't even know what that involves.
Yep.
What are they looking for, and what would they learn from it?
So this rock, imagine that it's the size of a shopping cart, and 90% of it was obliterated, blown away. The remaining, which is probably 10 kilograms, which is 20 pounds or more, broke up into many different sized pieces, and they got spread over an area called a strewn field, which is about a mile or two wide and 5 to 10 miles long. So if you go into that strewn field, you really you walk around, and you'll see black rocks on the ground, and you pick them up, verify that they're actually meteorites, and then you have a piece of space. You have a rock that was literally in space yesterday in your hand. It's a very eccentric hobby, and there's there's a few thousand people in the world that are into it, but that's kind of small overall. But if people in the Atlanta area see these zombie-like people walking around with their heads down in parking lots, that's what they're doing.
Is this like Christmas and almost July for the American Meteor Society? Are you guys stoked?
We're always happy when these events happen, especially when they're recorded and both on video, but also when they're found by people. It's special. It's happened, like only 6 or 7 times in the history of Georgia where we've had a meteor that was seen in the sky and then people recovered it. So every time it happens, it's great.
Well, Mike Hankey, Operations Manager at the American Meteor Society, thank you for explaining it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.